Yeah, I know. I know. You always say that. You always gonna do this, you gonna do that, on that bullshit. But I ain't got time. So, you know what? Check this out. I got something to say. Brian, listen. I am wasting my time, baby. And I ain't got no time to be waiting. You see my kids grow down, but you debate. And I ain't got no time to be wasted. I get shit with this real shit. I'm the shit with this real shit. This three in the morning and down my head. I'm telling you about the things she said. I'm gonna let it come true. I wanna think about you. I'll let you come through. But I'm looking at my clock in the six now. You talk to me like I'm a child. I'm a real one. And I'm 24. Now it's time for me to make a choice. What you gonna do? You know you're my boo. You're missing like the time you shared. Can't get you out of my head. I want you to come through. I love you, boo, and I need you. I feel wasting my time, baby. And I ain't got no time to be wasted. But you can make me. And I ain't got no time to be wasted. Baby, and I ain't got no time to be wasted. Cause I'm a lady. Oh, you here now? What's up with that? Scott, you see this shit? Yeah, man, since I see this bull crap, I keep trying to tell you, this nigga ain't even worth your time. Now look, nigga, I'm not gonna tell you this no more. You gonna stop fucking playing games with my sister heart. I got warned and shit, but I will fuck you up. She ain't got no time to be wasted. What's up? What's up? What's up? It's Nicki C in the place to be. That was an exclusive from Ground Up Production. I know it needs work, but you know, it is what it is. We do what we can, when we can, and how we can. Anyway, I'm having my coffee again this morning, and I see that Bin Laden is here to join me. Hi, Bin Laden. Bin Laden is in the building. It's strange. I was just thinking about you this morning, man. That's crazy how you just came in my life like that. Anyway, so today I want to talk about fairy tales of make-believe. I've been on this. I've been on it. I had to listen to the song. I've been on that song for the past couple of days. And I think there's a meaning behind it. You know, because I do believe that certain principles were instilled in us as young children, things that they wanted us to grab a hold to and basically model our lives after it. So when I've been thinking about it, it's hard to get away from that mindset. It really is for a lot of people.
And I think a lot of people are really struggling with the fact that they're struggling with the fact that they have this idea about what they want their life to be, and they try to force it to be that. So at the end of the day, there will be ups and downs, smiles and frowns, and fairy tales and make believe. That's a quote from a song by one of my favorite rappers, and that is Snoop D-O-double-G himself, straight out of the LBC. I think that he is very powerful in some of the things that he says. You just really have to listen. It's not all about the street life. It's also a lot of lessons learned by that man, because obviously he had a gift, and the gift was to speak his mind on the music, with the music, rap, and talk about things that might touch somebody. And a lot of us here on this earth are here to speak and maybe touch someone, or maybe be there for someone at a time when they needed you the most. It could be the simplest thing. But, a lot of the times, I've just been analyzing a lot of things around me, the people around me, and I just been watching the YouTube streets and doing what I do. I don't really like spend a lot of time listening to the videos though, because again, if it's not nothing that's gonna benefit me, then why sit here and let that negativity be poured into my spirit? We want to pour life into people. We want to bring life, speak life into people. When you speak negativity over people and say what people are not and what they can't do and all this shit, that's speaking death upon that person, death upon their idea. It might not be a physical death, but it's a death of whatever they aspire to do and be. Because you never know what words you might use that will make a person just stop following their dreams. So you have to be careful with that. I keep saying it over and over again, but I constantly keep seeing the same behaviors displayed daily. And it makes me wonder about the people that's doing it. Like, what do you feel about yourself that you feel like you can get up here and do all this fucking shit, this backbiting shit, and talk to people and talk about people that much? And why do you even care that much about another person? I just really want to know. It puzzles me. I really want to know, like, who died and told you you were a judge of what another person and how another person operates? I just want to know who said you were. I mean, freedom of speech is one thing, but when you are using your freedom of speech to criticize somebody in a negative way, it's not constructive criticism. It's a way to fucking downplay this person and make them feel like shit and make them look like they ain't shit to everybody else. Who the fuck does that? What kind of person does that? It sounds like you operating in a demon that I don't even want to fuck with. You're operating in some type of demon, like a jealous demon or something, or envious demon, or, the demon of, what do you call it? Sabotage demon. You know what I'm saying? And I come against all them demons right now. I declare and decree that they get cast down to the abyss, never to rise again, in the name of Jesus. For real. Or whoever I need to call on to do that. Probably myself, though. Because I know God gave me the power and authority. And it's power in the words that you use. So I cast all those spirits down to the abyss, never to rise again, against the people who are trying the best they can to do what they can. when they can and how they can. Who is anybody to come and be able to say that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sometimes people get on here and be all negative and stuff and try to come against people, but what about the things that they really came here to do in the first place? We can't criticize those things because they had something in mind when they did that, and it wasn't to be on here and be fighting and going back and forth and doing all this stuff. I know everybody be like, who Nicki C thinks she is? I think I'm Nicki C, that's what. And I just have a voice and I have an opinion, and I'm not attacking any particular person. I'm just saying, I'm just speaking my mind about what I see. And I do see a lot. I don't always speak on it. I know a lot of people think I'm dumb and I don't know shit, and that they can do whatever they want to do to me and all that shit. But trust and believe, just because I'm not saying something don't mean that I don't know. And let me see who I got up in the building. Oh, I want somebody to come up on my panel that's in the chat if they got time. If you got time, shout out to Straight Drop. I ain't got nothing against none of them. Anyway, I got Bin Laden in the building. Forever Purple is in the building. Miss G is in the building. Joe Man is in the building. Monica Modest is in the building. Woo! And Ricky Farid is in the building. Huey P is in the building. Grand Risings, y'all. Grand Risings. So I just decided to add the Coffee with Nicki addition to my channel, because in the morning is a time of reflection, a time where I get up and I meditate. I've been up since like 2 a.m. this morning because I got a text message from my baby brother. And the text message itself woke me up. So I saw him text me, and then I just decided that I'd call him because I knew he was up. So when I called him, he was asking me why I didn't want to do something that they wanted me to do regarding some documents. And I let him know that the document that he was requesting, that my son knew how to do it, his daughter's mom knew how to do it. I'd already shown them how to do these things, and that they could do it already there instead of asking me to do it. So we began to talk, and it happened to be my son's birthday today. So happy birthday to my baby boy, Boy Stacks. Y'all know him as Boy Stacks. I play his music all the time. Shout out to him. He's 28 today. And I'm just like, damn, my kid's getting older and I'm getting older too. Wow. So anyway, I started talking to my brother. I was talking to him and telling him about the live we did the other night and how we used our voices. And I told him, I said, I want a cartoon. He said, what? You want to do something? I said, yeah, I know, but remember, I've always said that. I've always said we needed our own cartoon since we were younger, because we also used to always change our voices. And we used to have our own little skits since we were kids about the older people in the family. We knew how to be all of them. We used to know how to play church. We used to be everybody, and then all the grown people we used to watch all day. So that's how you know the grown people have a huge impact on the children. A huge impact. So anyway, me and my brother, we real close. And we talked and we laughed and we joked, and I was talking about the voices, and he wanted to hear one of my voices. So I did one of my voices for him. And I became a character named Big Gum. Big Gum, I describe him as a brick wall. That's how big he is, and he don't take no mess. Big Gum don't take no mess, and he's a real person, but the voice I used was his. So um, it was a time where Big Gum, he don't take no mess. He kind of like pressed somebody, and the guy was my brother's friend too. So my brother was like, "Well, I don't know what you want me to say, man. When both of y'all my homies, and you had an issue with him, and you had an issue with him, and y'all got to iron it out. Y'all got to deal with it. Why do I need to tell him not to do something to you, man? You're a man. I'm a man, and he a man. Why don't you stand up? Why didn't you stand up to him?" So apparently, Big Gum got wind of it, and he pulled up in front of the house when I was in Vegas one December. Just since I've been back here, I was there for a day, and I think we stayed up all night recording and doing all this stuff. But when Big Gum pulled up, that's what I could remember seeing him standing tall like a brick wall. So I don't know. That was just funny, and we were laughing or whatever. So anyway, that's how long I've been up this morning, and I went to sleep a little bit later, a little bit more, and then I got up, did my yoga, like I said. I really got it in this morning. I did it longer this morning, and I did my hula hoop. And I'm trying to live a healthy life and keep my mind clear. And I want to spread positivity among the other people that I interact with. And if I cannot do that, then I don't need to speak with them. That's what I feel. That's what I came up with. I don't need to speak to them. I don't need to speak with them. I don't need to speak on them if they do not resonate with me. So that is my advice. If you're not resonating with someone and you cannot talk it out with someone and be able to talk to them and call them and let them know how you truly feel, if they mean so much to you, then maybe if you can't do all that, then you should not be wasting your time on such meaningless chatter about someone else. How about that? Now, I'm trying to keep up with the chat, guys. I'm sorry. I see. Peace, Ricky. Another thing I was noticing is that we've been all notified that someone, somehow, some way, our YouTube videos are possibly on a porn site, which it bothered me in the first place. In the beginning, it really did, because I'm like, wow, not only is my videos on here, there's a lot of people on here, there's a lot of kids on here, and that is not somewhere we want our videos to be. So I spoke with a few of the people in my camaraderie, and we are still looking into it. We're still looking into it. I talked to a few people. Some of them are not as concerned about it, and some of them gave me the advice that, this is what it is. This is how it is. We on the World Wide Web, and y'all know what a web is, a trap. So we got to be careful and mindful of the things that we do on here. We got to be careful of, how we're dressed on here. Ricky pointed out that, Nicki C, you be wearing them tight pants. I wear leggings because they're comfortable at work, and they are tight. They look tight anyway. They don't be as tight as you think they are, but that's what I wear because it's flexible, and I can move in those, and it's just comfortable. I can mess them up because they don't cost much. If I get some color on there or anything happens to it, I could just be happy to throw it away. I don't have to come in there with the best clothes that I have all the time. Sometimes I come in there with some of my more favorable outfits, but at the end of the day, I don't need to do that. I'm at work. And being in like more dark colors and things like that is more beneficial for me than me coming there with like a nice blouse or something that I could possibly damage and mess up and then be mad. So, yeah, that's what they said about the videos. And after observing it closer, I don't really think that anyone of the YouTubers is doing that. I just think that somehow these sites connect to our site because the people in Germany or in all those other countries, they want to be nosy about what we're doing, and we could possibly go on here and figure out what they're doing because I had a MXQ box, which I can go on there and watch any shows I wanted to. I can also go to a foreign country channel and watch what their, how their channels are, watch their programs and stuff. So I don't know if that's what this is like or something like that, but hey, you never know. So the main topic of this morning, I know, Huey, can you come up on the panel today, or you busy? The main thing about it is that we got our kids to worry about. We don't need them on here. That's why I always said that it's not cool for little kids to have these YouTube channels, especially if they're not going to be monitored, by an adult. All right, I'm about to send you the invite. I'm trying to see. Oh, okay. I thought I knew it. I thought I knew it. I did know it. Anyway, yeah, I look at all these things. These are things that I reflect on because in my journey and my quest to be a better person, I think about all the factors that cause dissension amongst other people, all the things that cause problems amongst the people. Why can't we be more supportive of each other in a more pleasant way? Good morning. I mean, Grand Risings. I'm sorry, Grand Risings.
Oh, what's up? What you says? Great rising, great rising. How you doing, beautiful?
Heaven high, heaven high.
Heaven
I'm
high.
doing okay.
All the time.
I'm doing good. I mean, I'm trying to do better, Every
You
day is
sound good.
a
Sound
chance.
like you're on the right mission. Like you on the definitely on the right mission. I love that. Don't give our energy to nothing that ain't you know what I'm saying, doing good for us and just fuck it. Let them have it, man. We ain't got nothing good to say. Fuck them.
Yeah. It's like I see whole panels of people just doing the most. Like, I'm like, for real?
Distractions.
And I go like, dang, he got so much more to give, or she has so much more to give than to be sitting up here dwelling on this. This is not gonna get your channel popping the way you want to. So, man, it might take longer for your channel to get popping, but at least it's gonna, if you take your time and do it the best way you can and do it right, then maybe it'll be what you want it to be.
Yep.
I see that house you paint. I'm gonna come by that house.
This is somebody staying in this house.
Oh, somebody live there? I thought that was
Sorry.
one of the empty ones you be painting.
Nah, there's somebody staying in this one. I just finished two empty ones. Me and my brother out here painting.
See, that's good. That you get up and this is your own business too, huh, bro?
Yep.
That's good. You
Me
can
and my
make a
brother.
business out of anything.
Yep. Shit, how many houses you seen me paint this year? What, about 6, 7, 8?
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Getting it in. Take a break.
So how many houses would you want to paint a year? How many? What's the maximum amount of houses?
I want to quit this shit. I hate working, yo. I ain't lying. Giving these folks. It's nice though. Look at this. This is a condo.
Oh.
This is a room right here. The room look nice.
Oh, I remember. I have a cousin that lives in out there. One of her rooms look just like that.
And it's nice too because this is down where I'm at right now. It's downtown Atlanta. It's a high rise. This is like a condo. If you can see where I'm at, like I'm way up. You know what I'm saying? I'm high. I'm gonna go. It got an elevator in it. This thing nice. Like it got a little portable. It got the elevator in it. Oh, he just down the elevator. I can't go down that way.
That's nice.
This is nice, yo. This is really nice. Yeah, we already finished all this.
You have a nice house too, though.
Oh yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. That's one thing about Atlanta. Atlanta got some real nice properties too.
But don't sleep on California. They just want too much money, man. They want so much money for what we can go out there and do.
Man, I can tell you, well, what y'all be paying out there, man, you get a nice piece of something out here. Nice.
Shalom, Andre Kitchen is in the building. Yeah, so what did everybody think about what I was saying about, first of all, we're going to have ups and downs, smiles and frowns, fairy tales and make-believe. That's a line from a Snoop Dogg song, but I love that.
This day backyard, it look nice.
Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
I love that. I want to know what everybody else thinks about it. I think that we should think about those words, and we need to know that a lot of this stuff is make-believe that they got us believing.
Major facts. Major facts.
Some of this shit ain't real. Like, and people make this shit real. And I can give you a prime example. The other night we did a live, and we were talking. We were just playing around, right? We was changing our voices and all this other stuff. I was like 4 different characters, and then Ricky came into the chat, and I started flirting with him. But I had always also been going back and forth with Aaron Collins because Aaron was playing like he had went to Sky's house and all this. It was just a whole skit type thing. But at the end, it felt like people start really getting into this character a little bit too deep. And that's what happens in life. We get deeply into these things and these characters that we are trying to create to be. And we get in our feelings and get to thinking this stuff is real. Some of this stuff is real. No, it's not. What is that?
My newest wand. You know, I'll be making these wands. I just made this one the other day. It got the tiger eye in it with the onyx at the bottom.
Oh, nice.
Rounded. Yeah, just showing y'all. I'm very creative, so I stay on a creative tip. Just trying to keep our energy going. But yeah, definitely everything is so much fake. Like I've been in here talking with my brother and a couple of other workers and just trying to just get them to open up just to see point of views of lie, deceit, and distractions that they have put upon us. And yeah, man, it's just really, man, because an indoctrinated mind is hard to free.
It is. It really is.
We got to give them time because we know that we've been in this place, man. And even with me, it's really hard, man, realizing that we was taught so many lies, man. It's a hard pill to swallow. A lot of people don't want to swallow that pill, so we just got to be mindful of that and give them time to awaken on their own. But, man, for real, y'all, just got to pay attention to more things and think critical. There's nothing wrong with asking questions or questioning anything. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it.
And a lot of people don't like you to ask any questions.
Exactly.
And at that point, if I don't understand something, you need to be able to explain to me what you mean by certain things.
Yep.
A lot of people like to force their ways of thinking on you, and I'm not one to go with that. I'm not. Just because you feel a certain way and think a certain way, that doesn't mean I have to.
Right.
And we still be able to be cool with each other because you can't force nobody. That's trying to force somebody to go along with what you're saying.
Yeah.
Or what you want to do, or whatever it is that we dealing with.
Yeah.
So
I have a problem. I'm not gonna lie. It seems like, but I'm not really trying to force them to like see things my way. I just want them to question it because I let them know majority of the things that we were taught. We all were taught these things so we can see it that way. So look at it another way. And if you haven't never looked at it another way, let me give you a way to look at it. And if you can at least just look at it, that'll make me feel good. But when you just turn it down, like no, it's like, man, damn, you wanna. If I was in this school, if I was a scholar, or if I was, a scientist or something like that, y'all would take my word for value. So why not take it for value and at least look at it? Because I don't want nobody to believe me or nothing that I say. I rather them to agree what I said and learn it and see it for themselves, not just to be believing me, So, yeah, it's very deep, though. It's very crazy. I think we just got to stay focused at it, sis. You know how we do. We just got to keep pushing, man. You keep your energy going. Don't get certain people certain things. But you know that they're not agreeing with you on certain things. You keep those things to yourself so they don't have a negative pull towards you, so it can manifest for you.
Oh, you said my dreams?
Whatever, dreams, whatever it is, your dreams, yes, definitely your dreams. Don't give too many intruders no value on your merit on what you see your future should be. You feel me? Or what you're trying to do for yourself, unless they have good interest in those aspects of their life. Just like you said, just give them what they need. If they're on one level, you got to stick to them on that level. If you go to the girl, if you go to work with your girls and y'all conversation is work, keep it at work so you can flourish in your work when you're around that environment. Don't give them nothing negative to be pushing upon us. You feel what I'm saying? We got to keep most of our things that the people don't agree with us on to ourselves, so it can still have power.
Exactly. I be trying to. That's what I've been trying to do. And I try to limit my time. I know I got to go around other people, but I limit my time around other people. For the simple fact, I don't need their energy spilling off into mine.
They blood suckers, they leeches out here trying to get that good energy, trying to see where your head at.
Trying to see your head.
Trying to see where your head at.
Wow. You just said a mouthful. I see you, Katrina. I see Katrina Boyd is in the building.
Especially a strong sister like you. You feel me? They might act like you don't know what you're saying, but they sticking around because they know that you're intelligent enough and you've been here to make it. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody can't get to that point. So you here for a reason. And you've been through something to give us something. If you're just willing to receive it, gotta be willing to receive it.
Honey Lot is in the building. Black Diamonds is in the building. Anyway, yeah.
Y'all like and push that share button. Make sure y'all smash that share button for my sister.
Thank you. Yep. It's like just because you disagree with one person or something they said or something they did doesn't mean that we cannot cohabitate.
Facts. Try to find a common ground.
Find a common ground of interest. Or, like I said, don't waste your time on this person if this person irritates you to that point.
Yep. Agree to disagree and move on.
I'm just trying to think about what else that I wanted to say this morning, because I be like in deep thought about stuff, man. Deep thought, deep reflection. And I also made me a playlist yesterday of some of my favorite hip hop songs from some of the most powerful rappers that I feel is powerful. I have Scarface. I have Tupac. I have Nipsey Hussle. I put all three of them on a playlist because a lot of the songs that I listen to, some of them, like Nipsey Hussle, like motivates me because he built
His own way.
His own way. He didn't go in with nobody. He just did it. And he said the marathon continues. The marathon continues every day for each and every one of us. And one of the songs that I listened to of him, he owned some of the stuff we own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a
He
lot
ain't
of
on timeline and stuff like that. I can hear it in the word, in the lyrics.
Oh yeah, man.
I can hear it in the lyrics.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You can just put that album on and ride to it, really. You can just put it on and start it. That's what albums I like. You can just put it on and just ride. You don't have to switch it.
Yep, you don't. I got so much music. I just got to make me some playlists though, because sometimes I can't get to the songs I want to hear. I can get to them, but I don't want to hear the whole album or something. So I make me some playlists of the songs I want to hear. So yeah.
When I came home, he was talking about I guess another site that got everybody's YouTube channel on.
Yeah, I still got to checking into it more, but I don't believe that it's the YouTubers are behind it. I think it's something else.
Who was just Cautious was just telling me about it. Cautious was just talking about that today. We was on the Discord earlier, and he was telling me about that.
Yeah, me and Cautious was talking about it too, and he was just saying that you got to think about it. We're on the World Wide Web, and what is a web? A web is a trap.
Yep. Yep. So
people don't realize that they thinking that it's cool and cute, the stuff that they're doing, but at the end of the day, they wanted us to do all this shit.
Yep.
They wanted us to go back and forth with each other. They wanted us to try to stop other people from getting donations, hating on them and shit. Why is that important? Like, if somebody's getting a donation, why you care what they do with the money? Why do you care so much? Why are you gonna accuse people of scamming people?
Anything to keep us from focusing on them is the wave, you know? To keep the masses' mind idled off of anything other than what they're doing and keep us blind and caught up in the programming, the television program, the radio programming, and things of that nature, the school program, the work program. They want to keep you caught up in the program so they can control the narrative. They doing things behind folks and clear behind the fourth wall. You know, like in what is it? In what I'm trying to say, like in show business or like in television and things that like in that nature, we never see behind the fourth wall. You know what I mean? Where the cameras and everything is at. This is where all the magic happened at. So behind the walls, what they're doing is manipulating the weather and everything else because the earth is waking up just like our conscience is waking up. We are collectively waking up as a whole, the earth as well as us. So what they try to do is just change the signal wave of what we're receiving and the way that we perceive things by the way that the masses look at it and how you can be judged by it. You know what I'm saying? So long as they controlling that, the programming narrative, and got us stuck up in that, and the drama was going on, what they pushing out, that's when they're able to just keep controlling everything. And we gotta stop playing into it. We're giving them way too much power and energy by playing into these things. The young Pharaoh B, and whatever it is, man. You got young Pharaoh and was the other dude, the nature boy, all these people on the in these YouTube streets, man, beefing with each other. It's like they in the ring fighting a fight against the wrong enemy because we're not each other's enemy.
They think they are. They think that we are each other's enemy, and we're not.
And it's sad.
But that's what they want. They want us to be the light-skinned people against the dark-skinned people.
Yeah.
They want it to be that, you know, dissension amongst us, and that we need to be against each other, but we don't. We really don't.
So you seen, well, I think people will get a good understanding. You know why? I think they hide stuff, like they fake things that do fear factor, right? But they don't fake certain things. Like when they went to the moon, why didn't they show us no other light? Or why wouldn't they do that? Because they know that would make the masses come together. Just think, if we recognize that it was other life outside of this earth, the whole earth will come together. Because they knew that if we didn't come together, it would be a chance that we can be invaded and destroyed by other lives outside of here. And it's so crazy. We know that shit don't exist, but shit, they might well play on it. Y'all playing on everything else. I'm thinking I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start doing some alien stuff and tell them that we're gonna get invaded by Martians if we don't come together.
I was listening to you when you said that the weather is being controlled. Well, this morning I just heard that it's going to be a mudslide because of the fires that happened here in California. So the trees and all that got burned down. So now it's raining today. Now they're saying it's going to be a mudslide. So that means more damage.
They definitely manipulate the weather. We know that. That's how we was able to do what we doing, because we know certain things. You feel me? And we have to start collectively. If we all collectively start doing, I push that all the time. And we stop accepting and watching the news every day and giving our energy and our frequency and letting that transfer and receiving that information and start putting out our own information. This is when the big change gonna happen. But we have to learn to get out in massive amounts and do massive meditations. This is the thing that's going to channel the energy of the earth to be able to receive, because the earth is just like us. We're receiving and we have to give the earth. That's why the trees receive the things that we breathe into it, and we receive what they give into us. And if we apply this concept into life, you feel what I'm saying? I think it'll heal the earth and it'll heal everything around us. You know what I'm saying?
Lisa Marie is in the building. Yep. Yep. That's correct.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know,
I think we're on the right way, but we just got to pick up the pace as a whole. But the biggest thing is to do what you're doing, Nicki, and handle it in your by yourself, and let the ripple effect take within you. You feel what I'm saying? Long as the ripple effect is taking its effect within you, starting within you, that's the best change that you can make. You feel what I'm saying? The world will react around you. That's the biggest key that we have to start doing. You know, you do it, I do it. I agree with you. Hey man, we just have made our energies in this world that much potent on the things that we can agree on.
Exactly. I also been taking into consideration when you said that don't worry about the negative energy. Look at it in a different light. In fact, embrace it.
Yes. Because it's energy. And we know that everything around us is an energy source. So you can't just if you ignore energy, it's not being wise, because the energy is just going to linger. That's like letting stuff build up within yourself. So you gotta learn to accept negative and bad for just energy and know how to channel it where you want the energy to be. You know what I'm saying? Because all it is, good and bad, is just like a title for us. And we gotta learn to stop accepting these titles that they put upon us because it's only a polarity. It's only a pole. It's just like north and south. It's just on the other side of the pole. So we wouldn't know a good energy if we didn't have a negative energy to recognize it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it plays a great part, and we just accept energy for what it was and channel it the way that we need to perceive it for the benefit of ourselves.
You just made me remember a schoolyard brawl that I had. And I was approximately, I was about 8 years old. And we had a tether ball at school. I was good at any sport I played, from anything, from football to anything. I was good at any of those sports. Anyway, I was playing tetherball against this girl that was really tall. And you know, that's the benefit for the other person is that they're taller than you. So they can make the ball go high up so you can't get it. How about I beat the girl? And I remember her name and everything. Her name is Blanche. She had a sister named Bridget. Bridget was in my class. She was older than me. So I beat her in the tetherball game because as long as you keep winning, you get to stay on the court. So I beat her on the tetherball game. She got mad and wanted to bully me. So because she was so bigger than me and was trying to bully me and all this stuff, I had to tell my mom about her. So it became the mothers had to get involved. So we somehow the girl had messed with me so bad, my mom was mad. My mom was pissed. My mom went over their house. I can remember us in the car over there by their house and all this stuff. So because of that negative energy, the next time we went on a field trip, I was friends with Bridget. She was my partner on the trip because you know you had to have a partner. I pinched Bridget ass so hard because I pinched her so hard because her sister had did me the way she did me. So I took it out on her. And that's the transfer of the negative energy.
Yep.
I pinched the shit out of her. And she was crying. That was mean though. I shouldn't have did that. But that was my give back for her sister trying to beat me up and all this. I don't know why that flashed in my mind when you were saying that. I think a lot of times these conversations trigger things that I probably need to release.
Say that again. You think what?
These conversations sometimes trigger things that I need to release and remember, you know?
Yeah.
Because it also helped me as I grow.
It's self-healing. To release it. It feel like a weight off your shoulders sometimes with conversation. I've been needing that bad, especially from like-minded mind, because you got to realize that we in the place where we at, it ain't too much or too many people around us on the same levels. Now, it may be, but it ain't like you can just go get conversations from your regular people every day about these situations. You know what I'm saying? Because we far wide. So I be sick sometimes, man. I be like, man, I just need to hear somebody's voice for some reason. You feel me? And it just be like a relief. It be like, okay, man, I'm really not that lost. And sometimes when I can be lonely. I be lonely. I ain't gonna lie. Starting to get lonely. This truth make you lonely and bitter because you're like, they done lied to us all this time. Now I done figure this out. I'm like the bitter guy.
Yeah, you do get lonely when your thought process is a lot different from the people around you.
Yes.
Lisa Marie, I see you talking about that was mean, but I was just giving an example of the transfer of the negative energy. And it was mean, but at the end of the day, this is how the energy transfers to other people And when you're around these environments, just pay attention to how the energy jumps off one person to the next.
Yep, that's crazy. You said jump off of one person to the next. I like how you worded that because it does. It jump off. It move around. Energy is ever moving, never still. So like it transfers. It got a shape of its own. It's trying to find a body. It's just like a spirit, you know. So it's
And
like
that's
that.
why people don't understand that these are, we talked about this, these are demons because they need a host. And because if you are open like that to allow these demons in to have your mind go into the negative direction, then that's what's going to happen.
Yep.
And you're going to keep feeding the demon because you don't have any way to protect yourself from it. You've already allowed it in.
True.
Yeah, so I was getting bullied all the time. No, that's the whole point. That's why I act like this, because I've been getting bullied the entire time. I was the oldest child. I went to school first, so I was getting bullied on a full-time basis, full-time. And I didn't want to fight. I didn't ever want to fight, but at the end of the day, I had to, so I got forced to that.
You grew up in Cali, Nicki?
Yep.
So women went through the same thing as the guys was going out there as far as the gang activity and things of that nature.
Pretty much.
Y'all was under the same scrutiny, the same pressures about joining the gang and just being grown up in those neighborhoods. You was just basically became affiliated.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But if I was able to do all the things I wanted to do, I probably never would have been affiliated and all that, because I had asked to go to Barbizon and all this stuff, and you know my mom didn't let me do it. She didn't let me do a lot that I wanted to do. I don't know the reason why. It probably was for my best good, but at the end of the day, I probably would have been mixed up with some other shit if I would have.
I mean, give some example of the things that you really wanted to do that your parents didn't let you do.
Well, one of the things is I wanted to be more in different activities as far as, you know, things that would have kept me busy. I did, I was on the track team, but when you're on the track team and everybody's parents are able to come to the track meets and your mom ain't, that's kind of discouraging.
Well, that was some of the things that was subjected to us. Where did you grow up in a single parent household?
Well, my dad was taken away from me kind of early. So my mom was the one that was the main one.
And she probably was trying to provide for you at the time, and you know that, and she would provide things, and that be the thing that be subjected to us as a community because they try to take the man out the equation, and then the woman end up having to raise the generation and have to work and doing all of these things. And the cities or wherever you at, the streets end up raising the children because the parents ain't around.
Yep, because you get involved in all kind of shit when your mom at work. You get
You have to learn how to
seeing all these people, hanging out with these people, and
right. So, all right. So being that was the subject, the reason why you couldn't do some of the things that she wanted you to do probably was in the best of her in your interest, but maybe it wasn't. It was the best of her interest because she probably didn't have the money to provide for it or the transportation or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? There's always another issue to it. If we never just really sit down and ask the question, we'll never know. We can just assume, right? So we just be assuming these things and not looking at the situation. Like I just assumed like my dad didn't want to be around me, but the older that I got, I realized that him and my mom might not have just got along and get on that level. You know what I'm saying? And that
Yeah.
might be the best interest for me. You know what I'm saying? After you grow up and come to learn nowadays now, you're like, damn, what if I would have turned out if I would have grew up with him, seeing how he is, and I didn't get to meet the man who raised me, and the man who raised me taught me how to paint. You know what I'm saying? And I can provide for my family now. So it's just like, man, it took a minute for me to accept it, to learn how to accept that. And that's a good thing that I learned to accept. It's like, hey man, shit happens. And it always happens for a reason, not a coincidence. Now, I think that we stop our children from doing things from being who they are or who they might see life is by telling them what they can and cannot do. You know what I'm saying? By things that we taught. Just say like, you might tell your child don't jump on the couch or don't flip off of that thing like that because you might hurt yourself. You might break your neck. What if they know that they flip? He might want to do gymnastics and you just stop them from becoming who they were. You know, or letting them learn because an experience, their experience might not have been yours. The outcome might have been different for you. So it's like, man, it's a give and take situation. Something we do for the good for our children, something we think is good, but it can be for the torment of it. Like sending them to school, we think that's the right thing to do. But we send them to school to be dumbed down and taught a whole bunch of lies. So how good is it to send our kids to school?
True.
Well, we was taught that our parents did it, so we feel that it's correct.
Yeah. Everything they did, we thought was correct. So we did everything they did.
Right. And it comes to find out, it might not have been his right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Just like segregation. Shit, Martin Luther King hated that he got us in segregation. He felt like he left us in a burning house. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, careful what you wish for.
Oh, you just made me remember something else. So yesterday I had this client that I've been doing her hair for years. Again, she came in for her haircut. When I first started doing her hair, I braided her hair. And then I turned her hair into some dreadlocks. And now she's cut it down to a short afro. Anyway, she's from Chicago. She came in and she gave me a poem that the same poem that Muhammad Ali carried around in his wallet. And before I end my live, I'm going to read it. She said that, you know, he lived by this poem and she thought that he didn't need it, I needed it. So when I did read it the first time, I was like, wow, it's very impactful. And it's very true. Like a lot of the things that in this poem applies to me, applies to you, it applies to us. And you have to think back to Muhammad Ali and his life and what they did to him. Like they wanted him to fight a war that he didn't want to fight. So they put him in jail. They took away his heavyweight championship. He got it back. And then Donald Trump gonna sit there and try to what do you call it? When they pardon he was gonna try to pardon him after he's dead already.
Right.
Like, no, never mind. I guess his daughter and him was like, no, that's all, it's all good. That's okay. So we just have this fight here on this earth and we just have to learn how to manifest what we want in our lives and go from there.
Yep.
And just find out who we are, man. Just look deep inside yourself and find out who you are. And stop spending less time on the matters of others and more time on your own matters. On your own thing. I mean, I just look at people and I'll be like, damn, why are they wasting all this time? And that's why I say, you know, my time is valuable. I finally found a way to use my time wisely because there's no such thing as time, like you said. Like it is true. You know what I mean? There's really no such thing as time because things gonna happen when it's meant for them to. You know, all you could do is keep trying to manifest what it is that you want to see.
Yeah.
I utilize this to pour more into myself, pour more into the work I do, pour more into everything. And as long as I keep working at those things, I will see the results. And that's just how I feel. Just like when I took on school. Every time I took on school and I finished another class, that was me making the best of my time and getting the result at the end. Positive ones. So that means whatever you do, you're going to get a result. Is it going to be negative or positive, though?
Yep.
That's the question. Is it going to be beneficial to you? That's the question. Huey, can you hold it down for a second? I'll be right back.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, that's definitely. You got to be to everybody in the chat. You definitely got to be aware of your energy that you're displaying. You know what I'm saying? And be cognitive about your results if you can be. More aware about the things that you're trying to accomplish. And when you try to accomplish these things, you have to plan and strategize to accomplish these goals. And you gotta move. It ain't just gonna fall out the sky. Ain't no savior gonna come do it for you. Ain't none of that happen. You know what I'm saying? So to each his own. If y'all wanna believe that, that's cool. But you gotta get up and move. You gotta get up and get out and get it on your own sweat. If not, it's not gonna happen for you. Whatever it is. So change, money, achieving a goal. You gotta be able to plan, strategize, and operate. You know what I'm saying? Just like this knowledge that we obtain out here on the internet streets or whatever y'all learning from, you gotta be able to apply the knowledge, or it's just obsolete. It's just wasted energy. It's wasted time. You know what I'm saying? Our time is valuable. This is the reason why they try to control time and try to offer you currency for your time. Because your time is all energy. Energy is everything. So they try to utilize, they sucking our energy out of us. You feel me? And they willing to pay you for your time. You know what I'm saying? So,
Can't hear you. So just imagine, you guys, if we didn't give any of our energy to any of this stuff and just gave all our energy to ourselves, nothing else that went on in this world would work for nobody. If everybody just shut it all down and pour it into themselves more. And I'm talking about not watching TV, because then at that point, if we didn't watch TV, they wouldn't be able to pull our energy to get what they want going. Because all of the ads wouldn't benefit, because we wouldn't be able to see the ads, so we can go purchase these things that they're pushing onto us. So I am now going to read my poem, the same poem that Muhammad Ali carried around with him. And the name of the poem is If, and it's by Rudyard Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting or being lied about, don't deal in lies or being hated. Don't give way to hating. And yet, don't look good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make your dreams your master, if you can think and not make your thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. If you can make a heap of all of your winnings, no, if you can make a heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss, if you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there's nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that is in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son. Be great, do great things. And that was it, y'all. That was the poem that the late, great Muhammad Ali.
You know who wrote that? Who was by?
The poem, who was it by?
Yeah.
It's by Rudy Rudyard, Rudyard Kipling. Well, Rudyard, Rudyard. That's his name. Anyway, that was powerful. Very powerful. So I got this as it's like a little poster. I'm going to get it framed and hang it up in my house. And I'm going to try to read it every day. So I read it yesterday. This is my time reading it today. Yep, the late, great Muhammad Ali. The legend. I knew him ever since I was 3 years old. My dad used to sit there and watch those fights all the time. That's why I like boxing too. That's one of the first sports that I was a spectator watching. Miss Coleman is in the building. Hey, Cuzzo. You late again, because I'm about to end this live, girl. I'm about to end this live. But, yeah, I appreciate the fact that you guys took out time to come have coffee with me. I think this is a great concept. It's a great way to for me to reflect on some of the things that are on my mind and share with you a part of my life and my experiences. And I guess every time I come, I'm going to have a little story like the one I told today about the girl, the bully. Yep. So in the story I told about my brother and how he woke me up this morning and how we were talking, but I'm going to end my live I appreciate again that you guys came by. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave.
Make sure y'all share that thing and support the sis all the time. I appreciate you having me here. You know what I'm saying? All the time. It's
Always,
all
always. I appreciate the knowledge that I get from you. So, I mean,
same here, sis. We learn. We students of each other. You know, I'm a student
exactly.
of you. You know,
Exactly.
facts, major facts.
Sure.
Always love, man. Let's stay in contact, yo.
Yeah, I got your email and I got you on my Facebook. I can always contact you.
Yup, yup. All the time. All right, much love.
Much love to you too. Peace.
Peace,
So,
peace.
what I want y'all to do is take into consideration everything that I spoke about today. See how you can apply it to your life, if it's even possible for you to. And on that note, I'm gonna let y'all know what I always say: love yourself, know yourself, be true to yourself, stay fly, and live in your truth. And with that being said, I'm out.